So far, it's just been this thing that says multiplayer, and then it has Sylvester Stallone walking as Rambo in the snow over and over again. It was doing it for like 10 straight minutes.
On Twitch? Is it the fucking
that's
is it
what
the
whatever
Warzone
you were
ad or whatever?
Oh, I don't know. Is Rambo in Warzone now?
Yes. Yeah, they added John McClane and
Perfect.
Rambo to Warzone. Notice we didn't put that in news when it happened, because who fucking cares? I mean, honestly, I'd play Warzone if it wasn't like 4,000 terabytes. I'd probably install it. I just got a billion other games that I'll eventually play that are too important, I guess.
Yeah, if you didn't have to rent a storage unit to hold the hard drive that holds Call of Duty, then yeah, you could maybe play that game.
If I didn't have to rent out server space somewhere to put it on a bunch of racks, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a huge game. 220 gigs for a video game is a lot of dang video game. And I feel like, you know what? It's a lot of Tigabytes for freaking guns. You know what I'm saying? For gun skins. That's a lot of terabytes for giggy bitties.
Yeah.
My mom one time, hey everybody, welcome to It's Your Birthday, the only podcast that gets you a gift every single week, and this week is no different. And that gift is always video games. So my mom used to say, I made fun of my mom for this for like a million years, right? We were walking through the mall, and she like looks over at this cafe and she goes, "Oh baby, that's cool. That place has Wi-Fi." And I was like, "What did you just say to me?" And she goes, "It's got Wi-Fi." And my stepdad just started laughing his ass off too. And I was like, "Mom, it's Wi-Fi, dog." And she's like, it just turns like bright red and just doesn't say anything. Later that same day, she goes, she was like, "I got a new phone. It's got about, I don't know, 50, 20, 25 to 50 gigabytes." And I was like, "What does it have?" And she was like, it's got 50 gigabytes. I was like,
Tiggle or tickle?
Gigabytes.
Oh, sweet. That's
T-I gigabytes. Yeah, gigabytes. She's like, "It's got 15 gigabytes of memory." I was like, "Oh shit, Mom, has it got Wi-Fi too?" Like, it's just... She's like, "That isn't wrong." I was like, "Yeah, it is. It definitely is wrong."
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's pretty good.
That's okay. We all got mothers that don't know nothing about no dang technology, right?
Yeah. Hey, some of us do. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ, that was... What happened? What was that?
You made it darker than I knew it was.
Oh no, yeah, of course. That's just the twist I have to put on it.
That's fair.
Let's see. Yeah. Pretty edgy. What's up?
There's new video games out there, but what if we talked about old video games again for the first, I don't know, 25 minutes of the show?
I mean, yeah, honestly, what would excite people better?
Here's the thing. This won't go on forever. Also, we'll have current video games to talk about next week, because so far the games are really, they cut off the teat and they're not giving us any games until it's game week.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Intel.
Yeah.
Next week is game week, sponsored by IGN and Intel, and we're just waiting for the game horses to get let out of the gate to see if any good games are going to come out and which game's going to win this year's game week. Who knows? You could win it, really.
Anybody, it's anybody's game. I think,
I mean, look, I don't want to be an old game horse, but the fans are the real winners every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't think of anybody better to win awards than Entitled. The Entitled audience that has maybe a little bit too many expectations.
Sure.
That's going to happen next week, I'm sure. That's the same thing that happens every week.
Dude,
Game Week wait.
is a riot. Both good and bad. Who knows? It's a bunch of good goofs and gifts and giggles, and who knows what could come out. I bet so actually on that end, I could say from what we've heard so far is that there's only been 2 leaks that I've heard of so far, for at least for Nintendo, which is the one that we primarily follow at the moment anyway. And we follow all of them, but we only own those consoles, so what's the point? And so, yeah, there was a Metroid leak, I guess. It was some Walmart retail leak. and then there was a price leak for the system, which was like $400 basically, which is kind of not new news.
Yeah.
It's like 4 to 450 is what they're saying. Pretty good guesses there. Chances are they'll undercut the bigger boys by $50 like they always do, or at this point, until scalpers get a hold of them, cut them by like half because you can't find them anywhere still.
I hope it's not at the sake of cutting corners, because Nintendo at every step of the way has been almost there. Like the Switch is like the like most technologically like impressive thing I think they've made outside of like the display of the 3DS. But at the same time, the Switch comes out and it's like, oh, it's using a Tegra X2 or whatever, a Tegra X1. It's like at the time, it was like a 3-year-old technology. So so when you tell people like, oh, and people are like, oh, the Switch only came out like 4 years ago. It's like, but dude, the things it's using are like pretty ancient at this point. Back. Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I was seeing on people. They were saying like the Switch doesn't really need a refresh or anything like this, and it's like it does. It does.
It's
like
time. Time.
There's no. If that's not the only console you own and you play games basically anywhere else, especially if you played the same game on both, like demos or whatever, you'd see it. Like it's just there's no avoiding it. So
I mean, do I have to put up the footage of Mutant Year Zero again? Do I have to do it?
No. We've been over it a million times.
Okay.
I will say the only
just the most
other
heartbreaking
report,
one.
Yeah. Well, that's true. The only other report that I really saw was that they're saying it potentially will be running in 2K docked and upscale to 4K, potentially using DLSS, but the DLSS may not be available when it launches. Is the two things that I've heard that seem reasonable. Both of those things make sense to me.
Yeah, and what sucks is that we're never going to get the answer until people get their hands on it, because Nintendo has never been like technical in their presentations ever. Like they don't get into that shit.
If not a first, a second maybe. They're not really not outside of, I would say, their like earnings call stuff, and even then I don't think they're really like super open about it.
They talk about the companies they work with, so you can infer like with the Samsung thing, it's like you can infer them working with Samsung is them getting like their screens and shit, their mobile displays. Like I don't know.
It's that, what's that Mitch Hedberg joke? It's like the roundabout AIDS test is sort of what it is for Nintendo information, is you sort of heard it from someone else. It's like, Samsung, you gave Nintendo OLED screens, right? And it's like, yeah. It's like, well, then Nintendo must have OLED screens in these things. So you gotta, that's the only thing that you can do. So.
I mean, at this point, I just want to hear what's going on with that thing. I'm tired of. I'm every week.
Well,
I'm having flashbacks. We talked about this, but I'm having flashbacks to like 5 years ago. Like, it was fucking fever pitch.
The thing is if they're not doing an announcement on a weekend, they got like 3 days to say something about it. Realistically, I mean, I guess you have. If you count the weekend, you got 2 more, but generally during the week is, I guess, when you get announcements of stuff. A lot of times, like, I don't know, Thursdays. I mean, I guess with the internet now, it comes out all the time, but companies still follow some kind of thing unless it comes out somewhere else.
I mean, what if they had old Duke Boozer come out there and be like, hey, guys, we know that you're excited for our next generation of hardware, but stick tight because we'll have news for you very soon. And then they get into software. What if old Doogie Boy did that and it wasn't just some weird speculative,
honestly,
like...
It would be irritating, to say the least, because then they're not... I see it from a couple of angles. Like, I could see that they would come out and show the games so that it's like showing that you don't need this new hardware to run these games we're about to show you. I could see that side of it because they did sell a fuck ton of regular Switches the last like 2 years. So I could definitely see them doing that.
Yeah.
It is annoying though because they could also just show the new console, the refresh and the games what they look like on that, because that would get people way more hyped. Yeah. But it depends on how aware or open I guess they want to be about scalping and their supply chain issue stuff that everyone's going through, to then be like, to not show it because no one's gonna really be able to get a hold of it anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. They could go either way, but like I said, I think their time is running a little bit out. Not that they don't have to say anything. They never do because it's Nintendo. They never have to really say anything.
Fuck, dude.
But it would make sense in the next couple days if they did, and if not, then we probably won't hear anything till like what you said. That thing, same thing they did with Breath of the Wild too. They're just like, hey, you were making that. Bye, and then you go, okay. I would at the very least.
Yeah.
They wouldn't because they wouldn't do that. Maybe they would if they teased it. I just want to see what it looks like. So I could really hold off for just seeing it, but I doubt they would do that if they're not going to talk about it.
Well, I'm looking at like when the Switch was first like unveiled, and it was a video that came out in fucking October of 2016, and the release date. So that was, I said, October 20th. The Switch release date was March 3rd. So that's like 5 months roughly. The 3-month window that everybody's talking about, I doubt it. Like I doubt it at this point. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, because of the supply chain issues and because they're a pretty secretive company, that the production will start soon. But they're not going to release this thing until Q1 2022 because they announced Splatoon 2 without a definitive console attached to it. Like, I don't think it... Like, all the games that they presented at that time were for Switch, right? But that game also kind of had a vibe about it. Like, hey, we're probably not going to see this one for a while because something... I don't know. I think that'll be like a launch title for the thing. Personally, but I don't know.
You mean Splatoon 3?
Splatoon 3. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were talking about like the release of 2, like because that came out. Did that come out on the Wii U also?
No. One came out on the Wii U, but I always conflate the two. Like Splatoon to me is just a big blur. So yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of like with like Breath of the Wild, right? Because I'm sure. Because I can't remember. I assume the Switch was announced by then, but the other thing is too is this is like not a. I mean, I think it's a drastic upgrade, if what they're saying about this is accurate, but it's not a generation swap really like the Wii U to the Switch was. So I wonder like, because I was thinking of like Breath of the Wild because that was like one of the few that came out on 2 at the same time, or came out on both of those consoles 2 generations at the same time or whatever their generational gap, and I was wondering if like. How they showed that off, I guess, for them being on both setups, even though obviously the Switch one is the one you're gonna go for, unless you have no other option.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's Switch stuff.
Well, anyway, that's the Switch and Game Week. Hopefully, both of those will go off without a hitch.
I guess
Hopefully
soon.
The gamers will get what they want, but you can't please all of them, so maybe not.
Like No More Heroes 1 and 2 comes out like very soon for the PC. Game Builder Garage is out soon, so there's a couple things. Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, there's a few deals. Well, if we're just talking about things upcoming, we can just do that real quick because like No More Heroes 1 and 2 are coming to the PC on the 9th, which is I think when this episode goes up yesterday.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching it right now, tomorrow. Yeah, those will be out there, and then Ninja Gaiden Collection is also coming to PC then, and I believe Switch is the other place. The Ninja Gaiden one may be everywhere, but I know for sure PC and Switch, I think tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or again yesterday. And then what else? What else do we have as far as releases? Was there was something?
That was. Thing? I mean, those are really the ones that I'm aware of. Yeah. Yeah, because. It feels like we had a few games come out toward the tail end of May, and that was pretty nice. Like I don't know. I guess do we want to go over your stack over there of what you've been up to?
Let's burn through this bad boy because there'll be some conversations.
Let's light the midnight oil or whatever. The fucking phrase is.
So Switch stuff pretty light again. I just grabbed Bayonetta 2, the I guess World Edition, which is something I was unfamiliar with, but they have certain games that were released that work in all like that, even though they're region free, are now like region free of branding, I guess, because it just says, yeah, it'll say it'll have this like sticker on the back of it, this like blue, green, gray thing, which says UAE, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Singapore official product, and then it's like United States and everywhere else. It's a weird one.
Okay.
But I guess it's yeah. So it's not like it's everywhere in the world. I think it may be everywhere in the world, but like
but Australia, because they ban everything.
Right.
Yeah. But it'll fly in the Middle East. Everybody in the Middle East loves Bayonetta.
Let me see if I can find the exact thing, because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what that means exactly.
You're gonna put it in, and it's like a ROM of like Mr. Do on your Switch. It's like some hacked cartridge. You're gonna be playing. You're gonna be playing like a palette swapped Link to the Past.
Yeah, in Bayonetta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
You're gonna crack it open, and it's just Aladdin on the Genesis.
Yeah, Middle East release of a game. For some reason, it's called World Edition, but it's compatible with North American systems and everything else. So effectively, it was just packaged to be released there also, but it could go anywhere.
Huh. Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a few of them. There's a few 3DS games also that are done that way. So I guess it's like, yeah, their way of having non-region locked games, which they should do anyway, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they do though now. I mean, it's relatively easy on the Switch anyway to just go,
I live in Japan. Yeah.
I live in Japan, and they're like, yeah, sure you do. So yeah, there's that one. I had a really, really good interaction today with a father and son. I got like a tremendous deal. This stack was much shorter before today. But yeah, basically this set here for like $60, and God, big shout out to them. They're pristine. I have not seen, outside of the ones I've unwrapped fresh, I've not seen this clean. It's incredible. It's a real find for me. And other than Blitz, they're all complete, which is ideal. But yeah, so the first three, basically Blitz and then 2 NHL hits, which I've never played hits, but my buddy Justin is a big hockey fan, and he swears by them. And I played a lot of Blitz in arcades and other places, so I was happy to get a hold of one of those.
Blitz is great, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably bring it to the LAN this weekend because I know he'd play hits, so I'm going to probably bring these two just so we can muck around. Yeah, it's honestly, the PS2 is an almost never-ending rabbit hole of releases. It's crazy how many games are on this system. I mean, I think it's still, outside of the PC, probably the console that has the most releases on it.
Yeah.
Though the Switch is getting close with just whatever nonsense is getting on there now.
All right. Somebody in Twitch said they had a question.
Yeah.
I don't know what that might be.
Yeah. Go
ahead with one of the games, because it might take a second before they get back.
Yeah. And so then the next one was Fur Fighters Vigo's Revenge, which is one I've only played once in a hotel room.
I'm real juiced about that game.
the controls are kind of piss poor. But the game itself is neat. Like, the controls are pretty rough, and that's honestly, with the PS2, kind of across the board, because most of the games didn't really utilize 2 joysticks, even though they had 2 joysticks. A lot of the earlier games especially didn't use one or the other or either. So some of them can be kind of rough. And I'm also realizing that most games in this era, too, don't let you adjust or remap anything. It's like you can't even change like inverted or not. It's like, nope, that's it. So that's a bit frustrating to say the least. But yeah, I'm excited to try this game again, just to see.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have footage up of it, and yeah, I totally forgot that the PS2 version of this game is cel shaded for some reason. I guess it
Oh,
looks
is it not
okay.
normally?
No, on the Dreamcast, it was just normal ass looking video game. This
Oh,
game
sure.
is really weird. I could talk about this game forever. It's actually one of my
Well,
favorites as a kid, but
I'll pull up
uh,
another weird game that involves animals too, which was not a part of this specific purchase, but it is was grabbed this week, which is A Dog's Life. Which, if you want to pull up any stream of that, this is some weird. There's like 2 dog games on the PS2. I think Dog Island, which I think actually was on the Wii, and Dog's Life. Dog's Life is like some kind of pseudo third person RPG, kind of where you're a dog, but you can like take shits and pee on stuff whenever you want to.
yeah.
Which is what the teen rating is for, is the crude humor. And it's over 40 hours of accessible play. That's what the box says. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
So he says,
I want you to read this.
Darkseid. Yeah. Rumors are that Call of Duty 2022 is going to be set in World War II this year. As a fan of historical Call of Duty, I am curious if it would ever be possible to set the game entirely on the Eastern Front, where you play as the Soviets and explore the psychological effects of war against the German war machine. What was the? Oh, you mean Castle? You mean Wolfenstein?
Yeah,
You should play Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that sounds rad.
Yeah, I mean, the shooting is nowhere near as
most
tight
of the Call of Duty
as-
games have always had players exploring things
sorry.
like D-Day and Paris. I mean, I guess they did that Advanced Warfare thing where you fought Kevin Spacey in space, right? Or was that
yeah?
You
Well, that was
a
a Black Ops
boxed
though, was it?
No, I think that was Advanced Warfare. Dude, I don't know. I don't play that. I don't play those games. I don't play. But hey,
well, hey, look, don't discourage this fella.
No.
Yeah. Well,
You've played more Call of Duty
is,
than me, definitely.
I have. Yeah. Okay. I'll see.
I asked because I'm Russian and our story is not well known to the West.
Okay. You're saying if it was like a war from your guys' front and not one not on the American side all the time. Is that what you're asking?
So essentially, the Call of Duty games are like Michael Bay movies. So of course it's going to focus. Yeah. I mean, shit. They made Ronald Reagan a centerpiece, and they barely dance around. Like they dance around the controversies and like the political ends of that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get this out of like a Call of Duty game.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I think if it was gonna see, here's the problem. If you were gonna get something like that, it would be a Tom Clancy game, I would imagine. It sounds more like it would be a Tom Clancy game from my understanding of what Tom Clancy normally is. The problem with that, though, is that Ubisoft is making it, and they're too afraid to tell a good story. And I'm serious. I've been over this a million times.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a new person, so he's never heard me rant about this, so I apologize to everyone else who's listening. But, yeah, it's really just that, like, you need someone outside of these companies to make a game like that and make it impactful, I think. Because Call of Duty is trying to appeal to too wide of an audience almost always, so they're going to not take that risk. And they know their audience well enough by now that they're just not going to take the risk and just make a thing that appeals to, the Call of Duty especially has made the same type of game, if not the same game, arguably with some tweaks for the last, 2 decades. Yeah. So they're going to more than likely keep doing that, which is unfortunate. But to that end, the game they make, if you like that game, is really good. Especially Call of Duty right now, or at least Warzone and the Modern Warfare remake are phenomenal. It's better than that game's ever been, I think, really, or a very high point for that series. Tom Clancy games, on the other hand, I think would tell a more interesting story because those are more involved in that way. It's almost like, in a way, it's almost like Metal Gear, but with an actual grounded story rather than batshit insane, mechs and all this other stuff. But to that end, Ubisoft they start a good story and then they kind of backpedal the whole time to make it we don't want anybody to be upset about the story we're trying to tell, even though I think that takes away from telling a good story a lot of times because it just pulls punches or whatever.
Yeah, they never go the extra mile to challenge anybody or challenge. Yeah. I don't know. The games have effectively done. Call of Duty has actually done that in the past. They've made efforts to like the no Russian stuff and like some of the like stuff in the newer Call of Duty campaign where you're like facing down like civilians and like they get into some atrocities and they do a good job narratively here and there, but yeah, like I don't expect that you'll get a Call of Duty out of them that involves anything doing on the having to do with anybody other than Americans. Like that's just kind of what I think.
I think,
but who knows?
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, really, because I think what you would really have to do to have that happen would be you would have to find probably a like a German developer that would like have that passion for a story, something involving those things to make that happen. I think. Like I don't. I think I think that's the only type of person that would come at that with the sort of passion to really make a good story in that vein, even if it's not done in like a Call of Duty fashion, like just to tell a good story in that space. I think that's how that would have to be done. Because I don't know. Not that other people couldn't be that passionate about it, but I feel like for making a game, selling a game, also you have to think of the side of it of like being able to actually pay for making this thing and sell it to someone. I think you have to have someone that's that passionate to make it go through.
Yeah. And I mean, like, not to say like Russia's not without its controversies as well. So they could probably, because like, they fought Germans in World War II. Like, so they were also kind of in opposition, but we were also in opposition to them. So there's kind of a way to play that angle of it narratively that would be interesting. Is just like at the end of the day, I think everybody fighting a war is just people, and I think like a lot of the politics of it all, as glamorous as it might be, that's not everybody's story. Because I'm sure there's just dudes in Russia fucking living their lives, but over here the politicians really fucking don't like Russia. So I don't know. Like
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, I guess it's a good point too. Is like that we just have people. Which also, that's also a big bummer. Is the fact that we just have people in general that like would just inherently be opposed to like even seeing or hearing a story, about certain other countries just because of their own belief system, which is also frustrating.
Which is why Spec Ops: The Line like does so well, is that it like gets into like what it means to be like a soldier and like what it means to fucking basically eradicate a whole race of people, essentially, is what you're kind of doing in that game.
Are you real? I've never played through that. I've started it a couple times, but I've never actually like got super sucked into it.
It takes a while to get to that point, but there's like a really good narrative turn. It's been a while since I played it myself, but I do remember being pretty moved by like what it was trying to say, because it is just a fun shooting gallery, and then you realize, well, fuck, I've been like mowing down a bunch of like,
that's kind of interesting. That's kind of actually, I started playing Resident Evil 5 yesterday because I found Humble is having a Resident Evil sale basically at the moment, I guess. But I got 5 and the remaster of 1 on PC for I think less than $10 or something like that. But that game is kind of that too. It gives me this weird feeling because you're sort of going into this like. I had no idea how the story goes because I barely remember playing the little bit of it I did.
I know that Chris punches a boulder at one point. I know that he just gives that thing a real good uppercut, and you kind of have to mash the A button. You'll get there.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying more so is that like you're invading like a native, not a native. It's like it's in.
It's in
I don't know. It's like I think it's like or Uganda or something.
It's like the cradle of the world. Like that's the whole thing about that game. Like that's
It's pretty nuts. But you're just like going through and taking out what is it. Because it and 4 are kind of the same like game-ish a little bit, but it's like the enemy design is like they're pretty much just people. Like they're just crazed people. So this one's like I don't know, there's like this feeling of like, I don't think I should be here doing all this, even though these people are definitely like destroying their village, but it's like I don't know if this is my place to be here.
Well, I mean, it's the whole
and then they have
Plagueis
giant
thing,
things
I
pop out of
guess.
their heads and all that shit. But
yeah. You get to the silly, goofy spaghetti monster stuff later on, and then you're like, okay,
which I guess
well, maybe
is kind of all Resident Evil games, sort of. Is it starts out with like it's just people, and it's like, oh no, it's big old monsters inside.
That's why I love. That's why I love Resident Evil Village. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
It's
so
on the list.
refreshing.
I'm telling you. I keep
So
seeing it more and
refreshing.
more, and I'd like to go through it.
Yeah. But anyway, let's continue through your.
That was
a
good question, though. By the way, man.
Question.
If you're still there, that was a really good question.
I'll be 1,000% honest. I don't know if that's somebody that was pulling our leg or not, but hey, that was a.
Either way,
question.
the discussion was valid, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so next on the list, which was one I was trying to find for a bit, but Simpsons Hit and Run, like I said, just immaculate condition. Because this game alone is like worth almost double than what I pay for all 6 of these. Again, I have no intention to resell, generally speaking. Just I wanted this game because I even downloaded a PC version of it and didn't. I was like, I can just find it somewhere, so I did that. Then Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3, which I don't know a ton about. I've played some Dynasty Warriors games and some Dynasty Warriors style games or Warrior style games, I guess. And they were always all right. But I remember playing them for the first time on the PS2. So they were,
I think
they were
3 was the first one I ever played. Because one of my friends like down the street was super into those games, and I think that was like the first one I tried. But yeah,
actually, I think that's how I was introduced to it too. Somebody was just like, "You got to play this game where you just hit the same button for 25 hours and kill everything."
Eventually, you press another button.
Eventually, a horse shows up and you can ride it until you get like garlic loaves that drop off enemies or whatever that is in that game. I can't remember. But then, then Shadow of the Colossus again. All Black Label games, which is, if you're collecting, that's kind of the thing you want. Which I say that, and I'm getting into some other ones now. Actually, I think I said something about. I picked up Prince of Persia last week, but I think that was the last week one. And then the first Ratchet and Clank, because seeing the new one coming out got me going. You know what? Those old ones are really good too, still. So might as well. Midnight Club, which was good. Really on the hunt for Need for Speed Carbon. But the only ones I found so far haven't had cases. Max Payne 1 was another one because I had the second, so I figured I would get it. Because I played both of those as a kid. I imagine I'll run through them at some point again. As far as other ones I know I have played, we'll go. Actually, let's see. I haven't played this one. Okay, so Gun, which was kind of like Red Dead Redemption before that. Or at least similar to, made by Activision and Neversoft, weirdly enough, the guys that do Tony Hawk, which I never realized, I guess, but I remember this game being pretty cool.
It's not quite open world, but I think the areas are open.
It's like it has a pseudo open world kind of design to it, but it's like sort of on rails. If I remember right, you're not really getting like quests and stuff. You're kind of just like moseying along. There may be like some side. It's been a long time.
That game came out on GameCube as well.
It did.
Maybe I'll give that one a shot. We'll see.
And then I've never played the Godfather game. But I bought Devil May Cry 2, but the disc and stuff were just destroyed, so I switched it out for this. Don't know.
Perfect.
Anything
honestly,
about it?
An even trade.
But yeah. So I don't know. And then to satisfy that yearning for Devil May Cry, I got Van Helsing, which is basically Devil May Cry Castlevania, but Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman in another one of his video game debuts, so that's always great. Another big actor here, we got The Rock in the Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run, which you were telling me was supposed to be a movie and then just became a game.
Yeah. It's like a weird instance where they were like, it was almost like, what was that MMO that came out where they were like, we're going to have a TV show on Sci-Fi alongside this MMO.
You're talking about... Hold on. Defiance. I actually have a physical copy of that game right behind me for the PC. Defiance, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of those things that was like a pretty interesting idea, and I tried to do what they asked. You know what I mean? I tried to watch the show and play it along just to see, because I was like, this is such a wild thing you're trying to do. I might as well go along with it. To Turns out neither the game or the show are that good, so it didn't really work out. They were both kind of middling.
It's kind of like that, but it's kind of like that. But the Spy Hunter movie actually never happened, so it's it's a. Cool...
But who knew that The Rock would still, from the ashes of Spy Hunter and WW punching guys, he would rise up for like a phoenix to be in every goddamn movie ever made.
I really want to see that game.
Time.
I really want to see that. I've never seen that game played. I really want to see that game being played because
okay.
I don't know if it's it may not be The Rock like actually in game. It might be like his model, but I don't know if like he did the voice or what. Like I don't know. Because I think that he probably sold his likeness, but
it says features action superstar Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the role of Alex Decker, an ex-fighter pilot who is now working for the government as a secret agent. Does The Rock ever get a role that's not that description?
No.
He's an ex-military who just now babysits or is a secret agent. Let's see. Unleashes a plan to steal the latest government technology, including the world's most sophisticated spy vehicle, the Interceptor. It's up to Alex to stop him. You think The Rock will do it? I guess it's really up to me, isn't it? Because I'm in control of this party. I get to be Dwayne, the big old Johnson, and I can't wait. But we could do that one as a joint stream if you want.
I would love to.
Or if you want to come over here, we could record it and take turns on it, dog. If you want. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We got to make something.
That sounds pretty good.
We gotta make something happen.
And we can also, since you'll be here, we could play the Family Guy game, which is your favorite shit, dude. You know you love Family Guy.
I love Family Guy. I love the dog that drinks. I love the pervert next door. I love the wheelchair cop. I love all of those characters. They're all really cool.
I love the alien. Oh, wait a minute.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I love the one. I love the one teenager. I love the other teenager.
Yeah. The baby dude. He's foul mouthed. Let me tell you. He's
I love
not
that
your mama's
everybody's
baby.
chin is a pair of nuts.
Yeah,
that's always cool. Every character has truck nuts on their face. I love that.
It's very
sort of
very
a good,
neat.
Clean representation of the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of truck nuts, I got the Naked Brothers Band game. I don't know if you know anything about them. My buddy Thomas was like, this was literally this is not how much I pay for this game, $4.99. Don't even think that for a second. It was like $1, but $1 was worth the joke because my friend Thomas kept saying constantly about this, and on our first podcast he would like made us pull up Naked Brothers Band and listen. He was obsessed with this bit about Naked Brothers Band, so I got that primarily for that. But it is from what I can tell, karaoke game. So boy knows
bust
I'll
out
be
that
diving into
PlayStation
that.
2 microphone that you got. Hey,
I do. Technically speaking, I have 2 of them.
So we can do a duet. Okay, perfect. Yeah,
oh,
this
shit.
is all coming together.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
That's a pretty good deal. And then let's see. Oh, and then here we go, dude. Something for you to get horny about. I got Shadow the Dang Hedgehog.
Ooh boy, yeah.
This game sucks.
Yeah,
I made fun of this game a lot of times because I thought it was bad, and I played it now finally, and it is bad.
Yes.
I have a video of it, and maybe I'll just slip it on into this here for the upload. I fell through the map, and I just kept falling, which seems to be something that happens in almost every fucking Sonic game, is you can just fall through the earth and keep on going. I know it happens in a lot of video games, but I've seen it in so many Sonic games, it's crazy. But I legitimately have no idea what happened. I was like homing on an enemy, and then it shot me through 3 walls, and then it made me do like a dash ring thing into the red abyss and just kept spinning. So I got a nice video of that for you. That game's really fucking, it's bad. I'm going to try and keep going, but it's really bad. It's really bad. I mean, it's not Sonic 07 bad, but it's not great. So there's that game. Do you know anything about this game? Have you played this game?
I know that Shadow says damn it. And that's really cool when he says damn it.
What? Oh, this is something that also happened in this game. So you're fighting like weird space aliens and the army at the same time. I think from what I was noticing, there's like alien creatures and there's the army that's fighting alien creatures, but you're fighting the army also.
Okay.
The army guys will be like in the street firing at something else, and if you happen to touch one of them, you lose all your rings also, even though they're not doing anything at you. If you just tap an army man who's not paying attention to you, you can die. Which actually may be true in real life. It's hard to say. But that game's bad. Then, this is the last two things I grabbed this week. I did order Dirge of Cerberus. That is on its way. And Freak Stylers showed up, actually. So that's over here. So I guess I could say that game, which is... it's like... it's dirt bikes ridden by buttholes is basically how it explains this game. Everybody has like that sort of PS2 tuned to them where they're all just kind of shitty and they're mad at their parents deep into their 40s. But it's fun. You know, it's another EA big game. So generally speaking, those are all really good. And then also I'm going to take a second to talk about this too. I'm going to go ahead and take GameStop and go ahead and shove an old foot up their butt.
Yeah.
GameStop, here's the thing I'll say. GameStop's done a lot of bad things, right? They've done a lot of sins. They've had a lot of missteps. They've been really rude to their employees. They've done a lot of awful things.
Dance for guaranteed work.
Dance for guaranteed labor hours on Black Friday. We remember that, too. That was a sick one.
So fucking funny.
Dude, TikToking for your hours is a pretty rough one. So I will say, actually, those clearly are worse sins than this, but this is still pretty bad. So GameStop used to do this fucking thing where they would put a label on the cover art under the plastic sleeve. And they would do it on the back of this, on the spine of this, and on the corner of this. This one only has the corner one up here, and then one in the back under the thing, and then this guy here. Why the fuck would you ever do this? Like, I don't know why, especially once we've made it this far to the PlayStation 2. We've had games for a little while. You've been an established store for quite a bit. I don't know why you would think that that's a good idea. In this interim, because I put a thing about it on Reddit, because I was like, hey, this thing is ridiculous. I hate that they do this. And then they're like, oh, it's not as bad as them destroying DS boxes, which I didn't know they did also. But apparently for a 6-year stint, because of the way they wanted to store the games, if they got pre-owned DS games, they would destroy the manuals and the boxes just to have them displayed in the cart to save space, which is fucked. I don't know a game-focused store, and this is old news by today's standards, clearly, but I don't know what a game-focused store would think of doing something like that.
Because that tanks resale. That tanks resale so fucking bad.
Oh, yeah, and it makes complete ones harder to find, so it makes it, when you're buying it secondhand, even more expensive.
Yeah, how am I going to get the manual for Bratz? How am I going to get the box and the manual for the Bratz game?
The thing is if you're going to trade in a game, you had to buy it first, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the new ones are probably safe.
Listen, I'm excited for you to get more like lots. Like I like when you get like multiple games where it's just like, hey, pay this fee, you get these games, because I want you to get some fucking trash. I want you to get the worst games.
Well, I try to cherry pick a bit, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm starting to get to that point though where I'm like, I've found most of the ones I've wanted to have.
Yeah.
With the exception of Mr. Mosquito and Klonoa 2. But that's not going to happen anytime soon because those are both about $150 each. So probably not going to happen unless I strike gold. I know it's good. I've played it. I used to own it. I'm a dipshit, but it's really good. And Mr. Mosquito is one of the weirdest games ever, and I absolutely love it. So I'd like to find that one too. But also used to own it, and I think when I bought it initially it was $12. It pisses me off. But anyway. So the last two things I got were some jam packs because I'm still on the demo disc hunt. This one has it's an okay one, but it's like War of Monsters Amplitude, which is a game I totally forgot about, which is like a rhythm based. It's kind of like what is that music game on PC that you can make your own tracks to? I know that's like
AudioSurf.
Pretty open ended. Yes. So it's kind of similar to that, but obviously with music that's already on the whatever's on the disc.
Yeah.
But it's kind of similar to that game a little bit. Off-Road Fury 2, Jet X2O, which I think I'll probably grab this week because I've seen it for really cheap consistently, so I'm just gonna grab it. I don't think it's a great game, but any game with any extreme sports game or a jet ski, I'm all about. MLB 2004, World Soccer 2003, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Jack 2 video, and then NBA Street Volume 2 video. So not the best, like kind of okay, but you know, for the lot of them. This one though has Parappa the Rapper 2, Jack and Daxter the Precursor Legacy, Frequency,
Leguizamo,
Hot Shots 3, Half-Life 1, so a demo for Half-Life 1 on the PS2, Time Splitters 2, Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, Freakstyler, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, SOCOM U.S. Navy SEAL video, and a video for the first Kingdom Hearts. So this one is pretty good. Like that's I would call an actual jam pack. That's fucking filled.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. I can't wait to watch the Kingdom Hearts video over and over and over.
Yeah,
and over again.
I'm really curious as to what it is.
So
I mean,
here's
maybe
what it is. It's a key video that you have to
cheated.
see. No, it's a key video that you have to see to understand the plot.
Okay.
And because nobody has seen that video on a jam pack at all, we're about to unlock the secrets of Kingdom Hearts. I hope you're excited.
I wish that were true, so that I could never let anyone see it.
Yeah.
I hate fucking Kingdom Hearts. No, I'm just kidding. I think that would be hilarious. There's one guy that has it, and he's like, no. It's like that McDonald's DS game. Do you know anything about that game?
Yes, yeah. It's like an employee training. Like they had like McDonald's branded DSs. Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah. Well, so what's interesting about that is that Nick, the guy that used to be on Polygon, that did a lot of stuff with Griffin McElroy, Nick, I can't remember his last name. I think it starts with an O. Either way, that guy did a really good video about the history of that game, and he purchased the game basically. But there was only one other known copy of that game that someone actually had that had been trying to figure out what it is or how to get on it. But that guy refused to like dump the ROM. He's like, I'm not gonna give this because it would devalue it. Obviously, a little bit if everyone can play it somehow.
Yeah.
But he was like not able to get to the game, but he wouldn't, put the ROM up anywhere so people could break into it. So then Nick bought a copy of that game for basically like $3,000. It came with that game, the code to actually open the game, and then 2 McDonald's branded DSs. So honestly, kind of not that bad of a deal, really, if you think about it for what it is. Like it's extreme, but it is, it is what it is. But so he got that game with the code and then dumped the file for everybody to play. It was basically the documentary culmination of just like, hey, for the sake of game preservation, I spent this money to get this thing to then, let everybody have it, basically, which was really neat. But that was the same idea. I only thought of it because the Kingdom Hearts thing. Of just like, he's like, he had this thing that would be really interesting to a ton of people, and he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you're just like, come on, dude. Come on. You still have the physical thing. People are going to want it. It'll have value. Don't act like it won't. And he's just like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're going to miss
while also trying to get people to help him get into it. Like on these message boards, like, I can't get into this game. You got to help me get into this game. And they're like, well, no. Like, no.
Yeah. Sorry. What an asshole.
It's like, well, if you're not going to be. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy, but it's just like, if you're going to be that, you can't demand shit. Like, give me this for free. You can't have anything. Please? And you're just like, no.
No fucking way.
But yeah, so that's basically it. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, game outside of that I did. I grabbed one game on Steam. What was it? It was like, Brigader, which is this really cool, like, third-person shooting game. Not third-person shooting game. That sounds so trivial. It's like a top-down kind of RTS, but you're a single unit going through these like really, really nicely detailed like sprite 2D environments.
What is this called?
Brigader. It's currently on sale on Steam. Or you could look for Brigader Up Armored Edition, which would be maybe if there's another Brigader, because it sounds like a game I feel like I've heard of before now anyway. but it's pretty neat. And there's a lot of content to it. Apparently that game came out a while ago and they just gave it like its 5th year update or whatever and just added a bunch of stuff to it. But it has a really, really nice look to it.
This does look really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never even heard
the artwork is really well done. I hadn't either. It just popped up on there, but it was like overwhelmingly positive and then positive reviews. So I was like, well, it's got to be all right. And I saw that it was like updated recently, so I was like, I'll give it a try. But yeah, there seems like there's a ton of content in it. I haven't played a lot of it, but what I have, it's like kind of a stealth game too, which is interesting because it's like different buildings are made out of different materials, so different bullets will actually go through them. So the idea is that you'll do more damage to enemies anywhere but the front of them. So you're trying to like line up a shot like through a building to hit like a tank, and then you have like a ability that'll be like an EMP. And the EMPs are actually really nice because it'll turn out all the lights in the block because these are like cities that you're stomping through or whatever. It's got a really nice look and scale to it. Like it's a cool game. And it was like, I don't know, $5 maybe. It was really inexpensive for how much it seems to be there and how well put together it is.
Yeah.
So if that's still on sale, I'd recommend it. It seems like there's a lot going on. And then I mean, a little bit more Knockout City. I don't think I actually ever beat Dragon's Dogma. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't.
There's so much. Like, apparently the new game plus and that like opens up a shit ton of like. I thought I beat it too. I actually saw credits in that game, but then the game like wants you to replay.
I thought I also did, and I played like 60 hours of it, and apparently there's like creatures and stuff I've never seen. Then I was looking, and I was like, oh yeah, the guy that's on the fucking front of the game I've never seen. Like, where is this dude at? Like, where is where? Hold on.
Yeah.
I was like, is there more game I'm just not aware of? So I started, kind of going through that a little bit. And then I think I did, let me see one thing real quick, because I think I did also grab maybe one Switch thing.
I guess while you're looking for that, I played a little bit of Hokko Life, and game's it's okay. I can see
it seemed about okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I can like see the direction they're going with it. What's weird is that like it's trying to do the Animal Crossing thing, but it doesn't have the real-time clock, which kind of makes me feel like Animal Crossing's very bare on content as it is. Like if you were able to blow not bare, but if you were able to blow through that game and see all it has to do, like you could honestly binge that game in probably like 80 hours if there wasn't like a real-time clock system. It wouldn't take that much effort or time. And so for this game to be not only in early access, but like try to be doing the Animal Crossing thing, but it doesn't really have like that. To me, it just feels like I'll probably end up blowing through it. So what I'm going to do is like kind of shelve it and wait for some updates. Apparently they have like a farming update coming out. They have a couple more like quality of life things. It's one dude. I mean, I said that last time, but I joined the Discord, and he's actually like super active on there, and he posts in the like patch notes channel of like things he's working on, things that like maybe need to be pushed off. I don't know. I like the open nature of the development of it, and I'm rooting for him. They've already made some considerable improvements lately in the game, and some quick fixes and patches, so they're at least paying attention. If he ever hears this, I hope he ends up changing the look of the animals because I hate the fucking way they look. But anyway.
Well, they do. They look like just people in mascot outfits.
They look like generic
like
elephant
a person wearing a helmet.
Yeah, or they look like generic elephant toy that you would see in a movie.
I think, yeah, you know what? I think that's kind of what it is. Is like because the art isn't bad. It's just like it's very, very basic. Like they don't have character to them, even though they're.
Yeah.
It's that thing where they're trying to look like they have a lot of character, but they don't have any. They're kind of just like, very generic, I guess is the way to say it. But yeah, for one guy, you can't really be too bummed. Like, I think he's doing a pretty good job. Because again, it looks very clean. It just doesn't appeal to me, I guess, but it's very clean artwork.
I mean, this is the stuff. Bad. If you can see it, like this is the stuff that really appeals to me. Is just like the freeform, like building objects.
Yeah,
and like
same.
Like I don't know, some of the ideas of it. are really neat.
Yeah, because I'd actually seen this game a long time ago, but I'd forgotten about that game until I saw that you could do that. And I was like, oh, right. I saw this game like a year ago. And I that's the part that appealed is like, I can make my own furniture. That's something you should let Animal Crossing do. But yeah, I think I would grab it probably in a little while. Also, because I'm sure it'll stay at one price for quite a bit. So maybe 2 or 3 updates in, see how it's going.
And I got like 40 other games just like it wish listed. So I mean, when they start coming out, you know.
Well, yeah, those couple. Well, that one we talked about last week. Kikiria Village, whatever that game was.
Yeah. The cool one. Yeah.
Kitari Fables. That's what it's called.
That game looks sick.
That game.
Oh fuck!
Looks awesome.
I don't think we've
really
talked about this one. This
Go ahead.
Was Palia, the MMO that was announced. This is the one that you texted me about. We didn't actually like talk about this at all.
Yeah, pull it up on the biggin. Let me see what we got, because I'm remembering. I think this is what I put in.
Oh, are you not seeing the? Are you not seeing the video?
What? Yeah, no, I am now. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in our Discord, I'm seeing both your monitors. On the actual screen, I'm seeing just the game.
Okay.
Are you talking about Pal World? Is it what this is, or is this something?
No,
different?
this is called Palia. This is the one that's
Palia.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the like almost Stardew Valley like kind of neighborhood life sim like MMO. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks sick though. If it's not a lie, it looks really good.
Yeah, that's my hope. I mean, it does have a lot of potential, and yeah, I'm hoping that it's not a lie, but seems promising. I signed up for the early alpha. If you do like a survey, you get like a better chance of getting in. But yeah, I would love to give this game a whirl. I love cozy games like this, like your Harvest Moons and your Animal Crossings and shit, and having an Animal Crossing style game or like a life sim style game with actual good multiplayer is like going to be kind of something interesting if they can pull it off. But yeah,
it's a hard idea to even get a hold of though. Like, how do you I think the thing is about it is the through line is it needs to have more combat like an MMO does. Like, to make that happen, like if you can make the farming more of the focus, but I'm not saying it. I guess it doesn't have to, but I'm trying to think of like it would. The only thing that would make it a weird online game, I guess, is unless you guys are like all running a farm cooperatively, which could be cool. But then there's also like, I don't know, because the other thing about Stardew Valley and games like that is like the romance and other stuff that's like a big part of those games. How do you do that necessarily if everyone can do that?
Yeah.
Like, what, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if like how that works out, or maybe you just do it to where you marry another character. Maybe you meet someone in there, and then that's how that works, or something. I don't know, and you guys could run the same farm or something. I don't know. I guess then we just get it. We circle around and we just remake Second Life, but we do it through the guise of Harvest Moon, and then then we start getting really creepy.
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, I don't know. Hokko Life seems okay. I'm gonna keep giving it some shots. But yeah, what was the game you said you got on the Switch, or the other thing you got?
I don't think there was a Switch thing. I thought there I downloaded a bunch of demos, but I haven't. I didn't buy anything because there was like a Disgaea 6 demo, that Miitopia one I still haven't tried. There was one other demo. What was the other? I just looked at it, but there was that, you know what? That's what it was. I played World End Club. That was another demo that came out. So I did try a little bit of that one. No, it's Fighting EX Lair, I think, for the Switch. Is like a fighting game that was on there for free, I guess. It's like one of those ones where it's like, here's 3 characters, you can buy the rest of them kind of deal, but you can play like locally or something for free. I don't know. It kind of seems like a bad Tekken.
Yeah.
Especially since we've been playing like, I don't know, some of the top tier fighting games right now, I guess. Currently, it felt not solid like those.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot.
And obviously,
yeah. I was saying I forgot that I've been kicking that ass in fighting games this week.
Dude, you had
It was a good time.
Been making a fool out of these cheeks. Yeah, it's been ridiculous. But yeah, actually though, honestly, like Soul Calibur, what is it, 6? Is that the one that we're playing?
Yeah.
5,
yeah.
6. Good stuff. Good shit. I like that game a lot.
Yeah, it's a fantastic fighting game.
I like Tekken a lot too, but they're like Tekken's just a game I don't quite understand yet.
It's way more technical. That's the thing I like about Soul Calibur is that, and it's always been this way, is that like it is technical, but you don't. There are things that you can predictively do in that game based on just like simple directions and like button presses that you can chain together that don't require you to like have to read a fucking spreadsheet and understand like 40 different combos. It's kind of like
Smash Brothers, honestly, a little bit. Like the way that it's just like over here and this button does this, up here and this button does that. You know, it's like more. It's a simplified game, I guess, really, which makes it
which makes it more accessible and fun. Because like when you're getting your ass
it's just
whooped,
ridiculous. I mean, you got swords and shit. It's just silly. The character editor in that game, obviously, people are aware of, is fucking asinine. You can just do all kinds of bananas hoopla with that. Donkey has a really good couple videos about that. If you've never seen those are worth seeing because those are real funny.
He's actually really good at Tekken. Like it's actually
he's really good at a lot of fighting games. It seems like
From
what his videos would indicate, and I believe it. I don't see why not.
I guess real quick, the last game we tried out was Rubber Bandits. My fiance was the one that kind of turned us into playing this for a little bit, and I had fun with it. It seems like it reminds me, it's a Gang Beasts style. Like I almost want to guarantee the person who played this was like, I could do Gang Beasts but better. It feels a little more controllable and a little more feels like a bit more of a game than Gang Beasts, even though the controlled chaos of Gang Beasts is what makes it fun.
Right.
This one kind of has a little bit more predictive like combat and I mean you can see it right here. It's way more like arcadey, but it kind of has that like floppy like Gang Beasts like ragdoll-y like physics based shit going on.
Yeah. It's cool though. It's a cool. I'd like to see the full game because it's like already pretty ridiculous, and if it had a bit more polish, I mean it's obviously early. The game's not even out. It's just like a thing. If it had a little bit of polish to it, I think it could be a fun one because it's pretty silly.
But yeah, that's a cool little game.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. So we're coming up on it's getting into the hour.
There's only one thing that I really care to mention or that would be worth seeing, I think. I mean,
is it the sus chicken nugget? Is that what you want to talk about?
No, that's
the sus chicken nugget.
That's fucking.
Welcome to Among Us. I love the imposter from Among Us. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
game.
That's dumb, and YouTubers have too much money. I think. Well, the first thing on the news is, hey, Ratchet and Clank, really good. Everyone says so far it's gotten like 10s and perfects and 8s and whatever across the board. I mean, that's no surprise. All those games, even their worst ones, are still better than most games.
It's the first next gen game I've seen where I'm like, yeah, this is. I feel like we're in a next gen. Like it's the first one. Like Horizon the footage for Horizon looked great, but like seeing Ratchet and Clank in like motion, it's like unreal. It's like on PS3 when Future Tools of Destruction came out. I remember also thinking at that time, like, how are games gonna get better than this? Like, I just like it's always set the bar, and the fact that they did it a fucking again is really neat.
Dude, they're super talented. And Ratchet and Clank, the premise is really good. The gameplay is always really good. The anime. I've actually met the two creature artists for those games. He was at one of the conventions I was working. They do. I think they're at Creature Box is what they go by. But on Instagram and they're phenomenal artists. Those creature designs that they do, especially just in their own time, not necessarily for the game stuff, is just fantastic. And they're super nice dudes.
Yeah. So that's cool.
That stuff's really good. Yeah, they're really talented over there. I mean, that game looks goddamn. I saw one in a store. But apparently retail for a $500 console is now $750. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
And that's well, it's $750, and then you got to buy a controller and 2 games almost everywhere. So it's about $1,000 to get a console. The MSRP is $500. So even the stores are like, fuck it, fuck it, we're scalpers too. So it's pretty cool
insane.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. I just want to let the trailer play for this fucking game because it threw me off.
Okay, so I know something very interesting. Not maybe very interesting, but something specific to us and this game that you might not know yet.
I think I do know. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's the same people that made Craftopia.
Craftopia.
Which that game's not even finished.
No, and they're going some ambitious ass direction with this one too. And that I think is a straight up Pokemon. Like I don't know all the Pokemon, but I'm fairly certain that that's a Pokemon.
Yes, but the thing that trips me up is it looks like this nice, and then this happens. You're like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah. I know. It's because you're turning them into like a slave labor, and then you get fucking machine guns and all this banana shit.
Yeah, like
it's awesome.
While I was looking at this, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it.
Of course you will, because it's what's going on.
Picks up the sheep.
Well, if you watch the trailer for Craftopia, like it's not crazy as this shit, but it is kind of there. So I can already tell you too, if it's the same developers, this game's gonna be janky as fuck for sure, but it's gonna be really endearing. Like it's gonna be not very polished,
Bowser
but insane.
Model.
I love that it's just like, look at that Pokemon out there, and he just takes a straight up sniper rifle to it. Like, what's up? What's up with this world?
It's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're swinging for the fucking fences. Yeah, but look at Craftopia. Hey, click on that trailer real quick. We got the time.
It's 15
it's 2
seconds,
minutes.
though.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't need to be long. Look, he just caught a giraffe in a Pokeball. This guy, this crazy thing. This dude's riding a dirt bike. Oh, he's on a dragon's back. What the fuck? The longer trailer is crazy too. It has like milk or cows like in hamster wheels producing energy for your camp or whatever the fuck. It's just nuts. These guys are bananas. They're just like, every game is just this one game. Let's put every game in one game. Is that okay? And you're like, well, I mean, I guess if you're gonna try it, you might as well try it.
Yeah, it's I guess we'll put up the Craftopia trailer real quick because I don't think I've actually seen the trailer.
It's bonkers too. I mean, it's another one.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
That's like
if some of the stuff around it wasn't like so blatant, maybe I'd like give it a shot. But I just feel almost grimy like purchasing this thing for some reason. Like,
oh yeah, no, I did on this one too. In the game, I've played this game. I have not experienced any of this shit, but I do actually believe it's there somewhere. That's the craziest thing. You can just be 2B on a hoverboard, you know. You can be Zelda fighting Aztec warriors and then maybe big old crockies.
What they don't get to is like the point of it all. Like, I don't.
It's a survival crafting game. That's the whole game. Like there is like a world to it, and there's like portals and shit. But yeah, then you're like, yeah, I guess I'll just land on these hobgoblins with a fucking
it's like they
RC car and then go back to my farm.
It's like they bought a bunch of assets, and then they were just like, how do we spin this into
put them all in
game? Yeah,
put them all in. And the director's like, everything goes in. Everything we got goes in.
Even the Gravedigger model we have.
Soup. Yep, going in. Like I said, this game is incredibly janky, but it is so interesting because it just they literally are just like
tricky. Yeah.
Like, hey, what engine are we using? It's like the Unreal one. Is like, does that have assets in it already? It's like, yeah, it's got a lot. Really, it's like, okay, yeah, all of them. Then yeah, we'll figure it out. Just put them all in there somewhere. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. This game's like always intrigued me, but
this is if you think about it, this is like the RPG equivalent of what they just showed you with Pokemon. It's like, it's Pokemon, but it's everything you want. And this one's like, it's an RPG, but it's everything in an RPG you want. It's like just any kind of fantasy world, just have it.
It's just, it's just odd to me that, and it almost screams like scam. The fact that like
I know It's the same thing I said about that game. I'm gonna say about this Pokemon game too. If they can get it right, it's fucking incredible. If not, it's the most ambitious pile of shit you're gonna find.
Yes.
Because there's almost no way you're gonna make it happen. But
well,
I'm
just saying,
love
like,
to see it happen.
If Craftopia is in early access, how in the fuck are they gonna like? They're
split this between two teams. Well, here's what's probably gonna happen: is Craftopia is gonna get lesser and lesser updates. It's gonna be not handled that well. Because anything with Pokemon is going to sell through the roof right now or in the next couple bits. So I would have to assume that even just because it has something like Pokemon in it and everybody's always desperately and super... God, they get so horny for Pokemon games. That they'll just get that one and see what's going on, even if it's not great. I have to imagine. And then they'll probably just update that one. Or a lot of Pokemon fans will buy that game just because it's insane and either love it or say it's garbage and then it'll get really bad reviews and then they won't do anything with it anymore. Which is almost every early access game. It's either going to get a bunch of praise and do a lot of cool shit, or it's going to get mixed reviews and then disappear. Yeah. Or the off chance they'll put out a really big update at the end and everybody loves it. But that's rare. That's very rare. Usually if it's good, it stays good the whole time. And if it's bad, it usually does the same. But yeah, I that's probably video games. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you really want to talk about the Among Us nut?
No. The only thing I really do want to talk about is the Playdate because it looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, so go ahead.
So the team that made Panic or
is this the music one?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I do want to see if I don't want to go out of turn on this. Playdate. I think Panic is the same studio that made Firewatch. Panic Inc.
Oh.
Or no. It's totally different. Here we are. Panic made Firewatch, and they've also been in like the software space. Like that's where they've mostly done development, is in like different software over time. But they eventually got into games, and so they also were the people that did Untitled Goose Game. They are working on the Playdate, which they announced like 2 years ago. I remember
having seen it. I remember hearing about it now, but I don't remember. I mean, the intricacies of it, I guess I do. I just remember seeing the thing.
Their website's actually really rad. It'll do more justice than I can, like, talking about it. Yeah, hold on. Panic Playdate. Yeah, their website's, like, actually really nice. But yeah, it's like a little handheld. It comes with a bunch of, like, bite-sized kind of experience games. Well, I say bite-sized, but they're all, like, very small-scale games, but they seem to be pretty cool for what they are. Yeah, see on the website you can like turn the model of it, and yeah, it's fucking so rad. It has a crank on the side, so there's certain games that will like use the crank for certain features. Like it has a game that's designed by the creator of Katamari Damacy on it. I think this is that game. And it's going to have like its own SDK. Like it's gonna have its own development kit, so you can like create games for it. And it's weird because it's like not quite like the display is like monochrome. It's not quite an LED. I don't know what technology the screen is, to be honest. It actually
still looks really sharp though for what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just oozes like a style to me, and I don't know. It looks really neat. Originally, it was only going to have 12 games, but they...
it's got 24, they says?
Yeah, they pushed the release date back.
That's not a bad price either.
Yeah, but I'm almost going to say good luck on this one. If it's anything like the Analog Pocket or anything like some of those other things that have released recently that sell out immediately...
I don't know, because it seems kind of niche, though. Like, it seems almost too niche. I would almost think... I don't think it would be a scalped thing, maybe. I think it'd be more... Oh, that case is sick, too.
That's clean. What I'm saying.
Man, they got some really good designers over here. Jesus.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it
that
just,
thing is
like...
proper.
It has like a style to it that I really, really like. Like whether or not the games are going to be like fully
sick.
fledged or whatever, I'm on board for this thing.
Well, dude, I'll also, I don't know if I'd pay 180 for it, but I would play almost anything made by the Katamari Damacy guy because he makes the coolest shit to me. It's so weird and interesting. I'm just all about it.
So 24 games delivered weekly. So that's the thing. Is like you buy it and you get new games each week up to 24.
And do the other ones disappear? Or
so the full season 1. So they are going to. So that's the other thing. It originally was only going to have 2 gigabytes of storage, but they upped that to 4. But these are very bite-sized games. Like these are like almost like Game Boy Color sized games, I would assume.
Right.
But yeah, that is.
Wait. So okay. So it's 24. So is it a game every week for 24 weeks or 24 games every week?
No. A game a week for 24 weeks.
Okay. I was gonna say, one is crazy, the other one. Okay, but all those games stay on though. I'm guessing it's not like they disappear. It's just like they drip feed the game out, and then
yes, and then there'll probably be a season 2 that you pay like a flat fee for the whole thing, or you buy the games individually. It is network capable, or I think it will have software that you plug it in and manage the games on it through that.
Okay.
But
yeah, that's cool though, man. That thing is neat. That's really neat. Again, their designers got something going. That's some clean looking. That's some proper work.
Yeah, and I don't know. They announced it 2 years ago. I remember I was doing Uber Eats at the time. Listening to the Bombcast, and they talked about it.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. Yeah, it says it also has a 3-axis accelerometer in it. Also, aside from, so it has like some kind of, I guess, gyro to it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if that would be that or not. Maybe that's what they're calling the side dongle.
No, the side thing is just the crank.
Yeah, 3-axis accelerometer crank. Or maybe
the accelerometer would be just the thing in the.
Okay, wait, no, it's D-pad A. Okay, I see what it's doing. Yeah, I was reading it improper.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Definitely want that little thing. So yeah, that they announced pre-orders are going up in July. I think the release date itself is still tentative. Like I don't think that they have a specific.
Well, hey, that'll give us
date.
Hopefully time to hear about what happens with the Switch Pro, and if not gonna be for a bit, then maybe this bit.
Yeah, I'm.
In the meantime,
I would actually love to like see if I could crack into like the SDK on it because it seems like a pretty robust and. I guess
you could do that without even having to have one though. Yeah.
Yeah, but
because that. I mean, obviously you want one clearly, but if not, you could at least that seems simple enough to mess around with if you don't even have that.
Yep. So hey,
that's cool.
I think E3 is next week.
It's the 13th. It starts. So next Tuesday, I believe.
13th's on Sunday, my guy.
I'm sorry, 16th.
Oh, okay, so it starts Wednesday.
Is it?
Fuck, yeah, the 16th is Wednesday.
Okay, E3 showcase will be June 15th through the 17th.
Okay, so so the 17th. So that evening will be
maybe the
16th
is that Nintendo thing, or maybe the 13th is that. The 13th is the Nintendo thing. Is that Tuesday? I'm pretty sure.
Well, the 13th is Sunday.
Fuck me, dude. What are you talking about?
I can't hear you.
13th is Sunday. You're right. Yeah, well, then I don't know anything anymore.
E3 2021 for Nintendo, that is happening June 15th. So that's going to be that Tuesday.
Fuck.
So we might want to record next Thursday because it seems like we'll have plenty of cool stuff to talk about next week.
Yeah, I guess that'll be everything out by then, I assume. Hopefully
possibly
by Thursday night, I would assume that would be all that we're getting, I would imagine.
Yeah, I can't wait to pretend to be working and looking at video game news all day. Like I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Ooh, Actually, I think I may have to do the night before because I think my mother comes in town that day.
Got it. Well, have her get on the show, dude. We'll talk games.
Dude, unless you want to talk about Wii Bowling and Wii Bowling only.
A Kid Rock, dude. We could talk about a lot of cool stuff.
Kid Rock ain't in no dang video games.
Hey,
I wonder if he is. Is Kid Rock in any video games?
That is.
Can you look that up? Can we look that up real quick? Can we see? Is Kid Rock in any video games?
Is Kid Rock?
That's the
not music. So music doesn't count. Just him as a person, or is a Kid Rock song?
Yeah. Is Kid Rock as himself in any video game?
Is Kid Rock in a video game?
Yes. And you may have to put as himself, but
well, let me see. So, he was in a WWE game?
Of course he was. That makes sense. Yeah, that sounds like the perfect place to do it.
Hold on.
Dude, that's what there's a backyard wrestling game for the PS2 I got to find now. That just reminded me. I forgot about that. That was the era when backyard wrestling was cool. I totally forgot about backyard wrestling.
Video game. Shit. Okay, so he was in 2K. He was in 2K18. No. These are performer. Sorry, performer. You met her.
I don't care anymore.
I love the song. You never met a white boy quite like me. That was in the NFL or the WWE game. He has a song called "I Am the Bull God" in NFL 2010. And he was also in Road Rash 3D with the song "Somebody's Gotta Feel This." You're tuning in to 94.5. What?
Somebody does have to feel this?
It
is required that somebody does feel this, as far as Kid Rock's concerned.
Especially by today. It's a lot of like, what's the word? It's a fancy word for self-important. I forget. But hey, that sounds like Kid Rock.
Yeah. That sounds like a kitty. That sounds like a K-Rock.
Hey, just for the sake of good old times.
Mm-hmm.
Keep talking though. Go ahead. You probably already know. You probably already know what I'm gonna do.
You about to pull up the thing, aren't you?
No, I'm not gonna pull up the thing. I'm not gonna pull up the thing.
Pull up the dang old thing, and you're gonna make me sit here.
No. I'm just going to make you sit there for a second while I pull up these pictures.
What? Pictures of what? Yeah, beehole?
No, these cool pictures, dude. They're the same person.
Dude. Yeah.
They're the same person.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Yeah, that's the same guy. There's no difference in anything. Now, I mean, my goodness.
Look at this.
You look at the left, you look at the right, and you go, do I just have 3D glasses on?
Irrefutable.
I just see.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
If you do the cross-eyed thing, you will see a 3D image of Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh my God, I did.
Yeah, it's
crazy. But he was saying ball with the ball for some reason.
Yeah, and it's weird because I did it and I heard Kid Rock trying to tell me to go to Golden Corral. It was very odd.
What?
Yeah. It was
very strange.
Very odd.
It's almost like these two men are the same man.
I think so.
I can't even.
That's
beautiful stuff.
God, that's like some episode 4 shit.
Yeah, I mean that's a way back callback for y'all.
That's way back.
Man, dude. Kid Rock.
Damn.
There's no difference. I still believe what we said back then. Nothing's changed. I still think it's the same man.
Here's
I'll never falter.
3 things I know about Kid Rock. I know he
balls with the ball.
He ball with the ball.
And he diggies.
Yeah, well, I would rope those all into one. The second thing I know about Kid Rock, is that I had it. Is that he threw a homophobic slur at a concert like a day ago, and that's all everybody's talking about Kid Rock right now.
I didn't know. I didn't know that. Which one did he say? Say it out loud.
I just don't know
loud?
if I hold on. I might be able to. Hey, can you hear that now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me, but the stream can't, and I can pretend I said anything. Except Audacity picked me up, so that's going to be in the show.
Yep. Yeah, it's still going to be there. And you didn't say.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
You big coward. No, I hadn't heard about that.
The
though.
third thing I know is that your mom wants
always.
to kiss Kid Rock. That's the other thing that I know.
Excuse me. Tyler's mother would like this.
Sorry.
To kiss Kid Rock.
Sorry.
My mom would like to kiss Creed's guy, or perhaps Aerosmith man.
That's right. Okay, I'm conflating the two.
Whatever his name is, Jonathan Big Tongue. Whatever the guy from Aerosmith is.
No, fucking Steven Tyler. Yeah.
I close my eyes just to hear your peace.
Isn't it a little weird that her dad is singing the song for her to get boned in that movie? Isn't that a little odd?
Well, if I could kiss your eyes and think we're together.
I think it's a little weird that it's just a little weird. Personally, I just think it's a little weird.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think more fathers and daughters should get together in that way. No, that's it is weird. I don't really remember that movie at all. I just know that I don't want to close my eyes and I don't want to fall asleep because I will miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss it.
Do want to miss a day, dude. I can't wait to duet in some fucking karaoke.
Yeah, we can do that to the Naked Brothers Band, a band that I know none of their songs.
Me neither. I hope there's are there cameo tracks in there? Like, are there other artists on it, or is it just Naked Brothers? Because who does that?
Well, I mean, it's got their goddamn name on it, so chances are it's just them. But let me see what we got.
It's got to have a couple other songs from cool Disney artists.
Ooh.
Or was this Nickelodeon?
It's Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Become part of the Naked Brothers Band tour. Sing along and play up to 5 instruments as each member of the band includes 25 of your favorite Naked Brothers Band songs, which I didn't even know they had 25 of them. That's insane.
Yeah, I thought they had like an EP.
Play to unlock new songs, concert venues, outfits, instruments, and more. Maybe from your favorite Naked Brothers Band songs. Oh, yeah, that was actually the thing about this is it's so light. I was like, it doesn't have the book in it. What a shame. It definitely does. It's just the thinnest piece of material that you've ever seen. And the first 2 pages are just what a PlayStation 2 is and then what the controller looks like, but not how you use the buttons. Like, I don't know if this will show up on there, but it is literally just the buttons. It just says what the buttons are.
Yeah.
And then, you got drums. You got guitar, cello, and bass. You got microphone mode for the vocals. You got vocals controller mode where you don't get to sing, but you can pretend to sing by pressing buttons. You got keyboard. You got scoring. You got the profile menu.
I think it's also weird that the game includes the entirety of Rush's 2112 album. It's a little odd. Yeah, I think it's a little odd.
I think it is a bit strange. Oh, yeah, it does say that at the very end right here.
Yeah.
It says play to unlock all of Rush's discography. That's really strange.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was this is just since we're here, and this could maybe be the last thing. But I don't know if I said this or not, but I did get a copy of NBA Ballers. I don't know if I mentioned that before or after, but it actually has a music CD in it, a straight up like album as a part of it. Like that's the collector's edition or whatever. So I'll go ahead and read you what we got on here. God, this
go ahead.
is terrible on this thing. We got Point Game. You a baller, right? Raskai balling out of control. Nikki F. Holla at me. Jadis skills like this. Nee Lee inside the game. Kenny Knox shake that glass. Big Gov rags to riches. Fife Dog NBA ball out. Jelly Joe. These all sound like people that aren't rappers that just made the soundtrack to this game. You got 4 Pound and it on now. Jantis with the song B-Ball. Buck with So You Want to Be a Baller. Jisin Centeria, Where You At? Jax, We Can Do This. Ness Lee, My House. I like that this dude's
We
name
can
is
do
Ness
this.
Lee.
We can do this. My house.
My house. Tommy Gunn. Tony Guns and Swift in a song just called NBA. And then MC Supernatural with NBA Ballers theme.
Is there a rapper named Tommy Guns? Because I want to listen to that guy.
It's Tony Guns. This is Tony Guns.
Tommy Guns,
Tony Guns
would be infinitely
Oh, Tommy
cooler.
Guns would be pretty good. What I do think is going to happen is I'm going to bring this CD or rip it on the computer and play it the entire LAN so that we get charged up the whole time.
Yes,
because it's got to be good, right? It's got to be sick.
Oh, dude, I actually had a song I want to play at the LAN. I was just thinking, like, this is such a classic song.
I wonder.
It, like, got me on
if I could find this on YouTube, that would be great. Go ahead, though.
I was, you know the song "Danger" by Mystical. That's a song that'll get you in the mood.
Are you talking about Danger? Watch Yourself?
No. The song that just goes Danger. That one.
Yeah.
That's a good
Watch
ass.
Yourself.
No.
Show me what you're working with.
That's Shake Your Ass. That's a different.
Oh,
that's a different
right,
one.
That's
a
right.
different one. Yeah. If you haven't heard Danger by Mystical, that's a song that'll get the blood pumping.
Thank God. The whole NBA Baller soundtrack is on YouTube, so my copy can stay preserved in my house.
Fuck yeah! You should rip it
because
at least. You should rip it and send those files to me
yeah.
so I can have them forever. I want to listen to Tony Guns.
You know what? I'm gonna give him a quick, just a little peep, real quick, just to see what I got going on.
I think you're right though. These all seem like rapper pseudonyms. Like they don't seem like this is like they. Yeah, are you jamming over there? Is it? Yeah, you're getting into it. Yeah. I'm excited to hear what this is all about.
It's just rapping basketball players' names because the whole game's about basketball.
I can't wait to hear the track that talks about the black, like in line on the basketball. The one that talks about how many dots are on the basketball. Can't wait to hear them talk about all the rules in the rap songs.
Yeah, you go down the court. You got 1, 2, or 3. How many points you gonna get? Huh? Messing with me. And it's just like, shoot it from half court. Oh, no, you missed it. Foul ball me, son.
Hell yeah.
I'll sit you in the bleachers. Yeah, it's going to be. God,
ref's whistle, he blew it. Yeah.
Oh, no, the whistle sounds. We're going to get through it.
Gonna call a timeout, talk the strat. You know.
Timeouts. What's coach say? We're all fired? Well, fuck that, man.
After the game, go to the locker room. Get yelled at. Get hit with a broom. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Woo. No, son.
I mean, that's what happens. They just get abused in the back room by their head coach.
Is that really what? I don't know anything about basketball other than like the little bits I picked up from PS2 sports games.
All I understand is that there's a lot of really weird. Just historically, the industry of basketball is just very strange to me for multiple reasons. But yeah.
Well, I mean, look, neither of us are sportsmen, and that's probably got something to do with it.
Yeah, I can't tell you that I've ever even seen a sport. You would be hard. No, you would be very hard pressed to like catch me ever even looking at a sport. I have no idea what they even look like.
There's usually a ball or a disc involved, but I think you'll get the gist. There's usually a place that ball's got to go.
Yeah. I mean,
that ball can't stay in the same spot. It's got to go.
You got to put it in the hole. All right, everybody. Yeah.
Hey, that's sports.
That's sports.
This week.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, that's video games. If you want to see this whole episode, it will be on YouTube at birthday party at YouTube/C/birthday party on Friday. We will be streaming next week, maybe Wednesday night, maybe Thursday night, maybe Monday night, maybe we won't. We'll see.
We'll be
here next week.
Yeah, find out.
Just find out.
Yeah, just find out. Just find out.
Even though the two people that have that information can't give it to you. So figure it out.
Just figure it out. I've been watching a lot of police interrogation videos. I've learned to not give anybody any information.
Just figure it out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you figure it out.
High and tight, no info.
Dude, I gotta send you a video of a guy you're really gonna like. It's like this heroin addict that like talked his way out of an investigation. He's just like, I don't talk to you motherfuckers. He's like the smoothest, coolest fucking dude I've ever seen in a video.
So he's if Fed Smoker could handle it. If he could really walk the walk.
Yes.
Or walk the talk, I guess. Rather.
It's
That's
like
cool. I'd like to see that.
He's like cognitively all there. He's just like Dude, I'll send it to you.
On
But
that
anyway,
Molly. Yeah. That's fun.
I also started. The website is up. Go to.
Oh yes.
Go to.
Congratulations on
Thank
this.
you. Took more time than I thought it would, but hey, I'm drafting up some ideas. I have my review kind of drafted up. I have the points. I just had to put them to words. That review is going to be of Resident Evil Village, it's so far along at this point that I'm not going to like do some grandiose like op-ed on it. I'm just going to talk about probably the ramifications of like the game moving forward for the series, also like how it resonated with me compared to like other Resident Evil games, and talk the merits of the game itself, whatever. And then I have a couple ideas for a video series that I want to do that I don't think anybody's done yet. I have no evidence that it's been done yet, and I want to be the first to do it.
Okay, well, don't talk about it now then.
No. I'll tell you in private. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. So yeah, thedeadlyrobot.com, and I can just tell you that now because that has all the links to my shit. If you want to see my fucking Facebook page, you can go to that fucking thing. If you want to see my Instagram account, which I'm gonna have to make a actual The Deadly Robot Instagram account, not my personal account that's private on there. But anyway, you can find me on Twitler, dude. You can see me there. You can look at me post in 140 characters or less, dude. It's gonna be off the fucking rails.
His open asshole. There's an OnlyFans account that has his name on it.
I will literally
to this website.
I will literally do anything for money. Literally anything for money.
That's the Christian guarantee. He'll spread them. And I've known that about him my whole life. He'll spread
happily, with a smile on my face.
He spreads
and yeah, you can see all that there. I am going to take the time to also make a page specifically for this show, and that will be on there as well. I'll probably end up doing that while I'm at a hotel room tomorrow because I have nothing better to do.
There it is.
Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate the support. So thank you.
Thank y'all. Hey, thank y'all for hanging out, y'all.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.